Hi there, in this tutorial we will learn about drop shadow. So what is drop shadow in Adobe Photoshop? The drop shadow is an effect often found in photographs, images and even web pages. It is created by separating the object from the background and adding a custom shadow. Sometimes the background is deleted and the other times it is substituted or modified. The resulting effect creates the illusion that the object is floating in space. The traditional use for a drop shadow is to simulate 3D depth in a 2D image. This is done by creating an offset shadow behind an object to indicate that the object is hovering above the background in 3D space. So let's take a look in details about the drop shadow in Adobe Photoshop. So at first we have to open our exercise file. So here is the file menu and from there we will go for open option. Inside our exercise file you will get this shadow folder. You have to open the shadow folder, then you will get orange with no shadow image. You just have to select that orange with no shadow image and then you have to click open option. Okay, this is our image and we want to move this orange from here and therefore we have to use the quick selection tool. So here is the quick selection tool and make sure the add selection is selected and just we have to select this entire orange. Okay, you just have to copy this orange. You can go for edit menu and here is the copy option and now we will create a new document. So let's go for file menu and here is the new option and we will use default Photoshop size. So here is the width 7 inches and height 5 inches. So let me click OK and I want to paste that orange in here. So let me paste that orange. Okay, you can take a look. We got our orange in here in our new document and you can take a look, a new layer is added. Also I want to scale it properly. I want to make this orange size a little bit smaller and to scale you have to press Ctrl or Command T. Okay, let me make this orange smaller and I want to place it here. Okay, so you can hit the enter button from your keyboard or you can click on the stick mark. Right now we will add a drop shadow in this orange image. To add drop shadow you just have to click this effects option. So here is the effects option, then you will get this drop shadow option. So you have to click drop shadow on here. So this is our pop-up box for working on drop shadow. You can take a look. Here is the option of drop shadow and here is the different type of settings of drop shadow. So at first we have to increase the opacity. So you can take a look. Right now it's have 0% of opacity. So I want to increase the opacity for 50%. And here is the angle. I'm going to show you a little bit later. And right now we have to add, we have to increase the distance. So let me increase the distance and you can take a look. A shadow is applying on here and I want to increase the spread percentage and here is the size option. So let's increase the size. Okay, you can take a look. The drop shadow is applied to the orange and this is the angles. So let me change the angles, then you can take a look. The shadow of orange will be changed. So let me change the angle and you can take a look. The shadow is changed with the direction of angle. So let me go for this angle. Here is the angle and here is the angle. Okay, seems good. And here is the opacity level. If we reduce the opacity then it will look like this, and if you increase the opacity then it will look like this. So depend on your choice how much or how much percentage you want to use the opacity. Okay, let's put for 52%, and here is the size parameter. Let me show you. If you increase the size for maximum percentage or maximum pixel, then output will be look like this. And here is the spread percentage. Okay, this is how spread works. And this is the distance. If you increase the distance, okay, after increasing the distance, now the drop shadow of this orange looks like this, and if you reduce the pixel of distance, then the drop shadow will look like this. So let's increase the distance. Okay, and let's change the angle. Okay, so let me click OK, and you can take a look. A new layer is added on layer 1. If you turn off the drop shadow layer, the shadow will be turned off, and if you click on this drop shadow, or if you turn on the drop shadow, then you will have the drop shadow on your image. So this is how you will add drop shadow in Adobe Photoshop. So see you in next lesson.